Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome. Tonight we're doing a special read. This is a summer solstice energy read, and this is for all the signs and all the cusps. And a little bit about it, the summer solstice gives us the green light to welcome summer season in the northern hemisphere, the winter season in the southern hemisphere. This happens on June 21st. The summer solstice marks the sun's northernmost point in our sky for the year. On this solstice, the sun will be overhead at noon as viewed from the Tropic of Cancer. For us in the northern hemisphere, June solstice will mark the shortest nights and longest days of the year. For the southern hemisphere, it'll mark the longest nights and the shortest days. After this solstice, the sun will be moving south again. You might notice early dawns and late sunsets and the high arc of the sun across the sky. Each day you might see how high the sun appears in the sky at noon. Also be sure to look at your noontime shadow. Around the time of the solstice, it's your shortest noontime shadow of the year. The solstice brings the longest day. So we look forward to the longest day coming up. And I have these special cards I just got, and they're very beautiful flowers on them. Aster Illumination is this one, and like a star illuminating your way, Aster helps provide clarity and focus so that you can discover appropriate channels of communication and self-expression. Without anxiety and self-consciousness, Aster helps you to manifest your creative ideas, translating inspiration into physical form. And here it is. It's very pretty. Flowers here. And like a star illuminating your way, Aster helps to provide clarity and focus so that you can discover appropriate channels of communication, self-expression without anxiety and self-consciousness. Okay, and the Aster helps you to manifest your creative ideas, translating inspiration into physical form. To be human is to be creative. We all have an innate desire to create, to express ourselves. But often we strive our own creativity because the voice in our heads or those around us shut us down, so that rather than creating whatever we desire to create and express, be it a piece of art, an efficient, innovative for work, or even just dinner, we end up creating a whole lot of anxiety and self-judgment instead. This is where the Aster really shines. She illuminates what literally lights us up. She wants to remind us that the key to uninhibited creative expression, no matter what kind, is accessed through the energy of play. Play is a beautifully simple channel of communication and self-expression. There is no anxiety or self-consciousness associated with it. The activity itself is irrelevant. It is simply an activity in which we are enjoying ourselves, finding joy. It is an extraordinarily difficult task to change our mindset around what is work, hard, and what is play, joyful and easy. Whether or not they can be combined, adulting in our culture starts early. And the notion of play being productive and responsible is not readily accepted. And then there all the baggage we carry around, money and whatever, or not we are deserving of it, especially if it is our reward for hard work. The notion of our hard-earned cash. Another culture believes is a notion that play is something we get to do after all our hard work is done. The Aster says that play is not the end reward for all our hard work. It is our work. There may be many other core beliefs and judgments to recognize and overcome, especially when we tie the notion of our purpose to our work. Perhaps the purpose of life itself is simply to discover. So you'll discover with this, okay? Let's see what else it says here. What brings us joy, and to pursue that. Can you imagine the world we would create if everyone was engaged in joyful work? The Aster is not just illuminating the way for you to grow. She is reminding you how, helping you gain clarity and focus on how you want to be in this world, how you want to create your life, and how you want to reconnect with growth, explore, and rediscovery this playful side of yourself that wants to see the light of day. And all in perfect timing, of course. What do you love doing? I focus on the areas of my life that bring me joy and bring that energy into everything I create. Okay. Next one is this one, the bee balm. Vibration, vibrance. Add some spark to your life. Bee balm encourages you to let go of inhibitions, cut loose, be passionate, sing your song at the top of your lungs without judgment. Every day is a gift worth celebrating. Bee balm reminds you to show up and embrace the potential of your own life. No excuses. So here we go. It's vibrance. Add some spark to your life. Bee balm encourages you to let go of inhibitors, cut loose, be passionate, sing your song at the top of your lungs without judgment. Every day is a gift worth celebrating. Bee balm reminds you to show up and embrace the potential of your own life. No excuses. So no excuses with this one, okay? Let's see what else it says. Sometimes it seems like there is a lot of external pressure to figure out what our purpose is, or to find the love of our life, or perhaps locate that one exclusive thing that will finally make us happy. So it can make you happy. Be trying to create a life based on a collection of outside influences, expectations, opinions is never going to lead to joyful fulfillment. And life is far too short to worry about what anyone else thinks. Bee balm is reminding us that the purpose of our life is simply to live. Our purpose is to be ourselves and be true to ourselves, to discover and express all things that make our hearts and souls sing. Often when we think of our purpose in life, it is somehow connected to what we do for a living, what we are paid for. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could figure out that one job that would provide meaning and joy to our life and support us financially at the same time? But our sole purpose is broader and far bigger than a simple career perimeter. Our purpose is not what we do, it is to discover who we are, to show up and embrace the potential of our own lives and life itself. Time is growing short, and there are unexplained adventures ahead just waiting for us to begin. Can you feel the energy vibrating in your heart coursing through you? Can you feel the mixture of fear and excitement? As you finally step out of the shadow into the spotlight of your life, can you feel the sense of relief as you finally open your mouth and outpours the incredible divine song that is yours and yours alone? What is unique about you and what you bring to the world? What is your heart's desire? What are your gifts? And does this vibration resonate with your outer world and how you show up in it? Your purpose then is to share your unique gifts, your kindness, your ability to lead, your love of cooking, your sense of fairness, or your wicked sense of humor. Your purpose is to nurture and share what makes you uniquely you in all areas of your life. Can you feel it? What makes your soul sing? B-Bomb is encouraging you to let go of intimidators, ignore the judgmental ego, and show up authentically as only you can. You were made to live in love with your whole heart. It's time. I focus on the areas of my life that bring me joy and bring that energy into everything I create. So bring that energy into everything you create with this, okay? Alright. This next one is the Black Eye Susan. Recognition. Sometimes it's easier to bury hurt feelings and difficult emotion. Black Eye Susan gently helps you to wake up and recognize all aspects of yourself, even the ones that you deem ugly or unworthy. Oh, geez, something just fell. Even your deepest, darkest truth need to be shown the light of love and honor as you part of your human experience. It's your human experience with this. Spirit flows through everything. It is light, it is shadow, it is masculine, feminine, joy and sorrow, good and bad. It is all of it and more, and we are all of it and more. Black Eye Susan shines her light of recognition onto all the aspects of ourselves that we keep hidden, but that unconsciously informs so much of our day-to-day reality, our shadow selves. It is not easy work, but a huge part of our personal spiritual growth is tied up in shadow work. After all, how are we to love ourselves fully if we can't love all of ourselves? Bringing to light what has been hidden allows it to be recognized and understood and honored as an important part of our individual human experience. Shadow work helps us to recognize ingrained behaviors and triggers that are making it hard for us to find peace and joy in our lives. Recognizing them doesn't mean that those aspects are bad. It just means that when the same old feelings and behavior patterns emerge, we are better able to work through them with ease and self-compassion. For we will see them for what they truly are shadows. And this is how the shadow operates, quickly hidden in the background, often even disguise itself as good or noble behavior or beliefs that come from a deep place of love rather than a place of fear. We all create our own narrative, bias, and justification for the way we show up in our lives. We all subscribe to various labels that help define us and our experience, but they also obscure the truth. Black Eye Susan reminds us that there is our truth. There is the observer's truth, and then there is the truth. That's the thing about life. We really have no control over what happens outside of us. To think that any amount of planning, organizing, or other methods, so there's other methods, preparation will gain us some measure of control is pure illusion. The only thing we truly have control over is our response to life in general. Not an easy lesson, but critical to releasing victimhood and empowering ourselves to lead a fulfilling life, whatever comes our way. The light of truth, then, is the key to recognizing these parts of yourself that you have buried away and hidden, or habits out of fear, out of self-preservation, and out of love. What needs to be brought into the light so that you may love yourself fully. I feel the freedom of love that is found as I shine the light of truth on all that I am. Okay. This next one is the Bleeding Heart Independence. Okay. Which is... the bleeding heart helps you to recognize and strengthen the true source of your heart's power. It is impossible to sustain directing all your loving energy to external sources, or equally to rely on external sources to sustain you. Fill your strong, independent heart from within so that you may offer love even when brokenhearted. So, here we go. This one. Bleeding heart helps you to recognize and strengthen the true source of your heart's power. It is impossible to sustain directing all your love energy to external sources, or equally to rely on external sources to sustain you. Fill your strong, independent heart from within so that you may offer love even when brokenhearted. So, you can still offer love when you're brokenhearted with this, okay? Which the message Bleeding Heart shares with us is that the true source of our heart's strength always comes from within. There is no person, place, amount of money, or things that can truly fill our hearts. Love and happiness is an inside job, 100%. It is not a goal, it is a state of being. Your heart is always connected to the universe source of unconditional love. It flows to you and through you. It is you. It is impossible to run out, but it is possible to forget that it is there. We lose heart strength by searching outside ourselves for validation and allowing other people's opinions to form the bias of our own self-worth. This is not a conscious process, as it is deeply ingrained in our culture, yet so many of us unwittingly perpetuate this destructive myth. Another myth is that recognizing and attending to our own needs is selfish. Of course, we want to please others, make them happy and belong, So we begin to push our own needs and desires further down the to-do list. Over time, we actually begin to believe that pleasing others is the source of our own happiness. And we become experts at tuning what other people want to hear, want us to be, and want us to do. If we can be really, really honest with ourselves, we will see that fear and pain cut off connection to our hearts, thereby feeding and magnifying our external differences in a vicious, destructive cycle. Our fear is that others will withdraw their love of friendship, that we will be abandoned and lonely. This is the trauma we all carry. We all want to be loved and accepted. With a strong, independent heart, we can release our dependency and compliance. We can voice our pain and anger without causing more of the same. We can offer love, we can lead with love, we can educate with love, and we can create change with love. When our hearts are filled with love and happiness from within, this energy can't help but flow out into the world, lighting it up and raising the vibration for all. In this moment, close your eyes and conjure up your greatest love, and then place both hands upon your heart and allow it to flow directly to yourself. A gift for your own humanity, for your tender yet strong, passionate, and extremely loving heart. Where are you directing blame? I am the source of my own heart's strength and power. So that's very nice. Very, very nice. This one, it's optimism. Borage optimism. Okay. The sweet borage encourages playfulness and spontaneity to help uplift your spirits when you are feeling disheartened and blue. Borage will help you rise above sorrow and depression and instill fresh courage, enthusiasm, confidence in your ability to move through life's obstacles. So there's this one here. The sweet borage encourage playfulness and spontaneity to help uplift your spirits when you are feeling disheartened and blue. Will help you rise above sorrow and depression. Instill fresh courage, enthusiasm, confidence in your ability to move through life's obstacles. Tuning into the news every day gives us a bleak outlook on our world. It is not hard to get dragged down into quagmire of unproductive, hopeless, and fearful thinking. It seems that everywhere we turn, there is danger and disaster, suffering and violence. It takes an enormous amount of strength to be able to maintain a positive outlook in the face of this steady stream of information. Borage is reminding us that reality is simply a reflection of our inner landscape, both good and bad, and only through remembering to look for good in our world and the joy in our lives can we begin to make the internal external shift from pessimism to optimism. Can you see the life-giving rays of the sun streaming through your window, or do you focus on the dust that previously hidden is now apparent and plentiful everywhere? Perhaps you can see both. We can ignore the dust, of course, but that doesn't mean that isn't there. We know sorrow and pain and depression are not imaginary. We are sentient beings and we are meant to feel it all. The dark and the light, and the recognizing this truth, also known that we have the strength and power to handle it, to move through it, and rejoice in the warmth of the sun. The dust is still there, but we are no longer slaves to it. Borage flowers look like little shooting stars, and what do you do when you see a shooting star? You make a wish. So you make a wish when you see these. This may seem like a silly carryover from childhood, but in our grown-up responsible world, it can be hard to be spontaneous and to tap into the imaginative realms of youth. We need to remember how to play, dream, and fantasize. So dream with this one and fantasize. Sounds good to me. Oh, here's some more. How can we possibly create our best lives and contribute to the greater good of the world if we can't feel or envision that this world is even possible? When it strikes, the Borage wants you to tap into your creative power in order to imagine our world as a kind of place that exists in your heart and dreams. Encourages you to put every ounce of your energy into remembering that we are all creating this world, not just passive participants in it. Ask any young child. They know that together we can imagine a better world. Is the cup half full or half empty? I know I can do it. I know I can do this. So, and we have this one here. Very pretty. Communication it's about. Our thoughts and words have a great creative power, both positive and negative, for ourselves and others. This helps soothe your thoughts and words with warmth and compassion and understanding, so that there is a balance between assertiveness and receptiveness and communication with others. So this is a big communication the Caldunda. Our thoughts and words have great creative power, both positive and negative, for ourselves and others. This helps soothe your thoughts and words with warmth and compassion and understanding, so that there is a balance between assertiveness and receptiveness in communication with others. So this is about communication here. Let's see what else. It's good at soothing almost everything. A long history for skin, digestion, supporting, facilitating ceremonies, and even in soothing the eyes as a beautiful golden dye. It's a very nice golden flower. Energetically soothing too, reminds us to pay attention to how we use our words. Words have a lot of power and energy all on their own, to hurt or to heal not just other people but our own selves too. Even silent words or thoughts have the power to impact our physical health, mental health, and well-being. Every cell in our body is listening and communicating back to us through the wisdom of our symptoms. Many of us were raised to be nice girls, to be seen but not heard. This makes it hard for us to learn to speak up and articulate our feelings. our personal truths. Instead, we bottle up our emotion, minimize them, even doubting that they are even valid. We shame our anger, blame our weakness, and hide our resentments. And so the voice of our truth gets quieter and quieter as we bury it deeper and deeper. The challenge, Caldola, then to connect with your heart and find the words that express your truth and your feelings, define your needs, and to speak them every single day, particularly with those you love. Honest communication without drama, blame, or victimhood, and preferably before resentments build up and you lose your cool. Communication is not a one-way street, however. It's just how we let others know how we feel. Listen is how we learn to communicate from our hearts and not from our ego minds. It is easy to hear, but not so easy to listen. Easy to be assertive and not so easy to be receptive, especially if what we are hearing doesn't resonate with us. This helps soothe your thoughts and words with compassion and understanding for yourself and others. Effective communication from the heart is a delicate balance between assertiveness and receptiveness. Speaking and listening, giving and receiving. We are all doing our best to communicate what our heart knows, but we have yet to find all the words to express it. How do you choose to express yourself? I listen to my heart before I speak. My truth, when spoken with love from my heart, will never create harm. So it won't create harm with this. It sounds like it's really good. So this concludes the video for the summer solstice. Please like and subscribe below. Thanks for all the donations, large or small. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching.